What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. And I just watched a movie called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh, Ke Huy Quan, and Stephanie Su. First of all, I want to discuss multiverses within film. All right. Now, before Marvel went crazy with this whole concept in their comic books, movies, shows, I remember a movie called The One. All right, which had Jet Li running around fighting other versions of himself from other universes. So this concept is not new. This was in 2001, all right? This is also a film that reminded you that Jet Li is no one's female dog. Another movie that came out within the same year, Donnie Darko. Now, I've seen this movie at least twice, but it really didn't click to me that this was a multiverse movie as well. All right, I have to watch this movie again. Maybe I didn't get it. Maybe I just didn't get it. I don't know. But it's a good movie though. Well, then in 2004 came Butterfly Effect. All right, now this is one of my favorite films, man. Not only is it probably the best thing Ashton Kutcher's ever done since that 70s show, all right, but also when it comes to wondering what would happen if my life would have went this way or went that way or turned this way, this film was the perfect portrayal of that. All right, it was just that. It's pretty much a masterpiece in my eyes, man. They did a good job on this film. Okay, but of course, much later on down the line, Marvel they kind of snap and they run through the finish line with this multiverse idea. Okay, you can see a lot of it in the Spider-Man movies, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and especially in Spider-Man No Way Home, where they kind of just crack the seal on that in a live action style. All right, and of course, a little later down the line, we're going to see Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Okay, we're going to get into that later on. My question is, now we have everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once. So is that movie going to be just as good as the ones we've already seen? Or should we just forget this one and wait for Doctor Strange to come out? We're about to find out. Let's go. Everything, everywhere, all at once. For those who don't know, for those who are not aware, if you're not aware of this movie by now, you must be in another universe, all right? Where there are no TVs, no social media, no nothing. Because this movie has been advertised so many times, at least within the last 2 months. All right? So there's no excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. There's no excuse. Don't play me. Don't play me. Everything, everywhere, all at once. It's pretty much about this lady named Evelyn Wang, all right, who's warned by her somewhat husband from another universe that all the universes are in grave danger. Someone very close to her has been possessed by a particular demon, all right, and this demon is aware of all of its counterparts in each universe. It can control it all at once. And it's just going through each world, just killing, nonstop, ruthlessly just killing people. All right? And Evelyn is the only hope they have to stop this particular demon. And that's the concept of the movie. Positives. This movie has a highly creative array of fight scenes in it. All right. I haven't seen fight scenes this crazy in a long time, or just this well thought out and creative at all. I'll put it like this. These characters in this movie that are aware of the multiverses, they're given this sort of power where they can tap into their other counterparts, their other multiverse selves, and take their skill and apply it to themselves. All right, but they have to do something stupid first. But they're able to do this, and so just knowing that there are so many options of the type of fighting you're gonna see in this movie when you watch it. I guarantee you that it's crazy. So it's not just kung fu or what you think it's gonna be. There's gonna be other fighting styles that you're not going to you can't even guess right now what you're gonna see. All right, I don't want to say too much on that, but it was highly interesting what they pulled out of the hat as far as fighting skills go. All right, the imagination really has to run with this. Trust me. Another positive. They really, as far as humor, they really sought out to push the envelope when it came to humor in this movie, trying to make you laugh. Because not only was Michelle Yeoh just hilarious, just being herself, just being the character that she was, because she was so just in her own world as it is. All right, and she's at that age where they believe in this and they believe in that, and so she doesn't want to hear this, she doesn't want to hear that. She wants to handle it her way and do it her way. So just her reaction to a lot of this crazy happenings that was going on was just hilarious within itself. But also, speaking of those fighting scenes, there are some fighting scenes in this movie that are going to shock you. They're going to shock you. They really pushed it as far as what they can show in a movie when they put this out. I can't even say, because I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying what I'm about to say. So I'm not going to say too much on that. Other than there are some interesting objects that are used to fight in this movie. And there are some interesting choices. Remember when I said that you have to do something weird to get those powers? Yeah. There's a certain scene in here that somebody does something just horrible. Just ridiculous, just gross. I'm just going to be honest. It's a very gross, nasty scene. Okay, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to you might want to look away. You might want to look away when this happens. But yes, they go there. They take it there. All right. Just man, what the hell? This pulls out all the stops. It really pulls out all the stops when it comes to the whole shock factor. I'll put it like that. Another positive, my last positive. The particular villain chosen for this film was quite interesting. All right. Usually when it's a villain that someone fights in a movie, you don't have a lot of ties to whether you should do what must be done. Okay? But because of the connection between this villain and the main character in the movie, it poses a problem. All right? It raises a question your morals, of her morals. I'm sorry, of her morals. Whether she should do this or do that, or what is she going to do about this? Because of what this might mean to her if she takes action. All right. But to choose this particular person to be the villain is crazy, because every time this certain person shows up, you have to remember that it's not really who it is. All right. And the things and the actions and the words that it's saying, it's quite bizarre to think about this person saying this, knowing who it is. All right. So that really drawed my attention. That drew me in. Like, oh, that's it's interesting that they use this person for the antagonist. Okay, we're doing this. We're going there. All right, let's go. Okay. Negatives. There are several parts in this film that really didn't make any sense at all. I mean, I'll put it like this. When you're being held up by cops and they ask you to freeze, and you don't freeze, you keep moving and making weird motions and doing, they're not gonna let you keep doing that a whole bunch of times. All right, with all this weird stuff you're doing, and you won't know what I'm talking about until you watch the movie. But as many times as this certain person kept moving when they were told not to, they kept doing stuff. You have the laws in front of you with their guns out, but you keep moving, doing weird crap. No way. Not the way this went down. There is no way they're going to just let this go on. Okay, and that really irritated me so much. Okay, there are other parts in the movie that didn't make any sense either. Okay, and I think they let it slide because just for the sake of entertainment and humor and trying to make you laugh and so on and so what. But they could have done a better job on that, because some things get to the point where it's just silly by this point. Another thing, this started to become extremely repetitive towards the end. All right. We get it that this is a multiverse type movie. So once something happens, it can start over again, or it can repeat, because there are different universes you have to deal with. And that's understandable. That's highly understandable. But at the same time, you have to get to the point. You can't keep doing that. It felt like they ran out of ideas towards the end and just said, well, we're just going to loop this idea. We're just going to stretch it out and draw it out as long as we can until we just get it. We just get the end. No, that's not. No, I fell asleep because of that. I had to keep slapping myself to wake up and shaking myself because they wanted to go that route with this movie. That was the wrong way to go about it. All right. You lost my interest with that. That killed it. That completely killed it. The way it was just drug out. Don't drag it out like that, please. Last negative. I'll say this carefully. This desperately needed a final boss fight near the end. It really didn't get that. It didn't get that. I'm not going to say what actually happens, of course, But there, it doesn't. The ending, it doesn't really have that final boss fight feel to it, and that's what you need with a movie like this. You need the conclusion. You need the confrontation towards the end. That final confrontation where you know, oh, this is gonna cut close. We got this person. We got that person. We need the verses. We need a real verses. All right. We don't need that other stuff that crap they pulled. They pulled some crap towards the end. And I just thought it was kind of an easy way out of things. They really needed to get with it towards the end and pull my attention. Make it exciting. Make the ending exciting. All right. Have me wondering what's gonna be the outcome of this. Don't do the other stuff because that was an easy way out. Now, I don't agree with that at all. That was horrible. Never do that again. All right. With a movie like this, you were going so well until that ending, and then you just lost me completely. It was lackluster. The conclusion was so lackluster. It needed that final boss fight. I guarantee you. But that's why I have to give this an I. Cool. There's so many things that made this a great film, but when you get to that ending, it just that not only did it drag out, but then when you finally wrap the bow and put the bow on this, you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball completely. All right, like this, share it, and you better subscribe.